parts of our heart and where we have security at. And I'm going to just invite you again to hear the sound of the rain. That is made from this drum. Or maybe it sounds like the ocean. And the water holds the memories of you being somebody's dream, somebody that came before you, their dream. You are a dream seen and realized right now in this present moment. And you are coming together for a collective purpose. Affirm that within yourself by inhaling deeply and slightly open your mouth and let that go. Wiggle a little, move those shoulders. Where are you feeling that at? Where can you be an embodied being at? Where is it at? Is it in your eyes? Is there grief attached to our sisters that are still incarcerated? Feel into that and ground into your feet, knowing that you are someone's dream realized in this present moment. Let the tones of the bowls fill the space for a breath or two. Ascension. How do you ascend? How do you be long in your length? Can you get long right now and stand in your commitment that is not only beneficial to you, but for many others? Again, bringing in the women that are still incarcerated all across this globe and right here in our home of Washington State that was something before it was Washington. Can you feel into that? Even if you can't, even if your mind is still going, don't judge that. Just be in collective space. Because I am, because we are. One more breath, one more deep, long inhale. And maybe if you take the invitation, hum out your exhale. Grandma's banana pudding that we send it to our sisters incarcerated. Yeah, you can smile and laugh. I see that giggle. One more time, deep inhale from the soles of your feet all the way up to the top of your crown. And then exhale, hum for our people. Squeezed by the construct of time, I thank you for these few breaths, this few moments. It gets deeper, it's doper, but this is what we have for now. So big ashe for those that came before us, those that come after us, and the plant ancestors all around us. Let us advocate for our sisters. Ashe?
Ashe.
So today we gather with gentle hearts and fierce remembrance to honor 144 women. These women were mothers, daughters, sisters, aunties, friends. Women who mattered, women who were taken too soon or carried too much. We speak their names in our hearts and offer this blessing so their spirits know they are not forgotten. May the ancestors wrap them in light. May their journeys be peaceful. May their memories spark healing in those left behind. For every woman we honor today, may we carry their stories forward. May we honor them not only with ceremony, but through action, through care, and through our ongoing fight for justice and dignity for all women. We ask Creator, Grandmother Moon, and all our helpers in the spirit world to be with us as we remember, as we breathe, as we lift one another up. Let this be a sacred moment, a time of truth, love, and healing, and let it be known these women were loved. These women are still with us, and these women will never be forgotten.
Welcome everyone, and thank you for being here. My name is Roselle, and I'm a legally liberated woman, someone who walked through the gates of incarceration, and someone who carries the stories of so many with me. Today, we gather on sacred ground in House of Welcome to hold a different kind of space, a space for truth, a space for memory, and a space for healing. We're here to honor the lives of 144 women who passed away either while incarcerated at or shortly after their release from Washington Correctional Center. These were women who loved, who created, who dreamed and struggled, who mattered. Some of us knew them, some of us walked beside them, and some of us were them. Their names may not be written in history books or spoken in headlines, but we speak them here, we feel them here. We say to them, we remember you, you are not forgotten. This memorial is not only about grieving their loss, but naming the truth behind that loss. The truth that when people are denied access to healing while incarcerated or upon reintegration, we are denying them the right to live whole, supported lives. Today is also about hope. It's about building healing pathways for them, for us, for those still inside, and those just trying to stay free. So as we prepare to honor our sisters, I ask that you all take a breath with me right now, if that's okay. Take a deep breath in and out. Let's be nice to our nervous system. Let us move together through this day with reverence, reflection, and the belief that healing is not just possible, it's our birthright. Thank you for showing us love and memory and purpose. And coming up next is my brother Matthew Murphy. I appreciate you so much, and we didn't have a budget, we just had our hearts and, you know, our shared values and love, and he would rather, you know, instantly agreed to come in and bless us with his gifts, his talents, his expertise. And so coming to do his thing, share the hospital with us, is Matthew, my brother Matthew.
Hey. Thank you all for having me today. My name is Matthew. I'm the third generation of my family incarcerated. My grandmother, she was in prison in 1968. Gave birth to my father. My father just got parole. It's not by chance that, you know, that we have 144 women lost. It's not by chance that women are the biggest growing population in prison in our nation. Yeah, it's not by chance. Just like it's not by chance how this nation was built on the attempted genocide and racial indigenous peoples. It's not by chance that this nation was built on the stolen bodies of black people. That it's been built on the labor of brown peoples. That is built on the invisibilized labor of black women. And it's not by chance that we find ourselves gathered here today either, though. It's in spite of a nation, the most violent nation today. It's because the sisters of the women who were lost, our sisters, have organized us here today. So, I want to extend my gratitude for the opportunity to share some of my culture, to honor people in the way that I know how. To pick up the fight for the women that are locked up right now. Because we lost those 144, but I don't have to tell you, it's one full of people. There are so many more. So I'm extremely grateful. And when it checked through on the thread, I was like, yes, of course. Go ahead and move some things. So I'm going to do a dance today. It's called Haka. I learned this when I was inside. I did 15 years inside. I went in when I was 30. I was 17. Came home when I was 32. This Haka, when it was taught to me, is about a woman. It's about a woman who saved the chief. But before that, I'm gonna open it up like this fire. All right, our fire tenders are some of the most important people. Our people who carry the fire. That's us. This is how we do it, all right? Just like you start the fire. You gotta rub your hands together. You can't do it lackadaisically like this. This ain't gonna light fire. Right? You gotta put some arm into it. People are dependent on it. All right, it's getting a little warm. You feel that heat? All right, when I say patya, y'all can clap, all right? Put the arms into it. People are dependent on it. Patya! We're going to carry that fire with us. Aoe mai a paka pelua o te pauna e. Topiti e. O toko hiu nau. Au pake. With the fauna e. Woi te pautia. Woi te pautia. Woi. Hana, hey. Te wako. Ai mai. Kamate, kaora. Kamate, kaora. Tale, puru. Mara, vaya te pititera. Hey. Awe upale. Apare kapale pititera. Bah. Hallelujah, Lord.
Okay, next up we have Brandon Johnson.
Hi, can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me now? Hi. How am I supposed to follow that though? Yeah, all right. I want to thank everybody for being here today. It is an absolute honor to see you all, to be free will. I don't know if anybody's performed a eulogy before. I have not. I know I wanted to speak, and I know I wanted to be here, and I know I wanted to be present. I researched what a eulogy is, and it says that it's generally a single person, and you are discussing their life and their life path, what they have been through, what they have accomplished. Well, that didn't really fit. There's 144 of us known. There's 5 of us that are missing. So then I turned around and I looked at, well, what does a mass eulogy look like? And that is a time of war. The only references are a time of war, which is fitting because it feels like that's where we're at, but it is still our individual life paths. But it did say to start with home. So here we go. It's On a Day in the World by Brendan Hillman. We had a grief we didn't understand while standing on the edge of some low scrub hills. If humans were extra, or already gone, like those of us that we are honoring today. What has been in us before generations. A life that asks for mostly wanting freedom to get things done in order to feel less helpless about the end of things alone. When I think of a time on earth, I feel the angels of my gray minutes entering the medium days, yet not built up. Our work together groups the willing burden of old beliefs and beyond them love, as if a great life going like fast creatures peeling back marked seeds, gold brown ignorance, the color of time, will be where we are gone. I also looked at some scripture to see where it could be relevant. While I am ordained, it is not something that I utilize often. Me and God have fought a lot. My life path, well, I can just say we fought a lot. However, again, understanding that free will is not God's will. Remembering that what we are going through is not of God's will, but of people and people's choices and how we are inflicted as such. I'm going to read some words by Maggie May, who wasn't able to be here today. However, she put it absolutely brilliantly. If I can get back there, that would be amazing. She says, my heart is heavy with remembrance, yet full of love for the sisters and brothers we honor today. We gather here, a community united in purpose, to lift up the names and spirits of those who are no longer with us, our fallen 144 plus. Beautiful souls. Each name whispered here today, each face we hold in our minds, represents a life of immense value, lives that were full of hope, dreams, struggles, and triumphs. Their stories of unheard are etched in our memories, stories of courage, of endurance, of simply being human in the most challenging of circumstances. And to our sisters who are missing, whose absence weighs heavily on our hearts, we hold you in this circle of remembrance of love. We do not forget you. We will never forget you. Your lives matter just as profoundly as ours. Though gone from our sight, they are never absent from our hearts, never forgotten. We carry their essence with us, a flame that will not extinguish. We share more than just walls. We shared moments of vulnerability, moments of laughter, the silence of understanding that only we will know. In the crucible of confinement, bonds were forged that transcends the barriers around us. We learned to lean on each other, to find light in the darkest of corners. For many of us, the path from which was long and winding, a testament to resilience, the strength we found in each other, and for those who are no longer with us, whether inside or out, their journey has a profound lesson on us all. As we move forward, let us promise to navigate our pain not alone, but together. Let us be the light for one another, just as we wish their light to guide us all. Let's create a space where every story is heard every wound acknowledged, every step towards healing celebrated. We also must recognize in silence serves no one, nor does it heal any wounds. It does not bring justice. It does not allow us to truly remember who we are and what we came from. Let us break the silence that surrounds the lives and the faiths, those that have been incarcerated, especially those who are still incarcerated. Let their stories be told, let their experience and resilience, their absence are acknowledged and honored. May their memory be fuel for our advocacy, our compassion, our unwavering commitment to each other. Only those of us have walked our similar path. I'm going to take us to Revelation real quick. Revelation 8:7. The first angel blew his trumpet, and there followed hail and fire mixed with blood. These were thrown upon the earth. A third of the earth was burned up, a third of the trees were burned up, and all the grass was burned up. That sounds like a concrete jungle to me. That sounds like what we've been through. Also, with that being said, Jesus said that the earth will be wrought with fire the next round. Who's to say that's not us? Who's to say those of us that have walked through fire are able to lead the world through the crisis of these times? Nobody but us knows. I'm going to say my call to action on this one is for us to lean in and show the world who we are, what we can accomplish. Because literally it's just us. We're the only ones. I can also follow with Matthew 25, words from God himself. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me. That is who we are to each other. We are the embodiment of God's words. I am them. I can tell you that much. It wasn't until after I came out of the hellfire did I realize that we encompass all. That's it.
I'm Marilyn and I'm an addict. And I'm a recovering addict. My clean day is 3/27/21. My release from prison date is August of 2020. I don't remember the exact date. Yeah. So there's a space in there, right, where I didn't have tools. I like to say I was out of the gate by 8 and in the school by noon. I had nowhere to go and nowhere to turn. I was homeless in Kitsap County. And the only people I knew to call were the wrong people, right? And so I was homeless in Kitsap County and I was sleeping in the Salvation Army. And a member of Narcotics Anonymous said, I have some clothes that might fit you, right? Because I didn't have any clothes. The person I was with, 2 hours later took my clothes and the meds they let me out with, so I was sick. And, I didn't know what Narcotics Anonymous was, and I'm not here to speak necessarily on Narcotics Anonymous, but I am here to tell you about recovery, and what recovery looks like to me just happens to be Narcotics Anonymous. That's the brand of recovery that I subscribe to. But she said, I have some clothes that might fit you. My favorite hoodie said nap queen. So I needed a nap. and a sandwich, And so she said, have you ever been to a Narcotics Anonymous meeting? And I said, I heard that's a cult. And I heard that you could go there to get loaded and hook up with somebody, right? Because that's what I did. And at the end of the day, I called her, right? And I said, I don't know what to do, but I heard you know, right? And so I went to my first meeting and I didn't stay clean. I went to my first meeting and they walked me home. And they said, we love you. And they said, well, love you till you learn to love yourself, right? And I said, you don't know what I've been through. You don't know the depths and the drugs and the horrible crimes that I committed and people that I wronged. There's no way that you could love me. And I was wrong. And they did. And they do. And now I get to bring my message into Mission Creek for now, right? And I go in monthly and I get to share my story, and it changes all the time because new things come up and I let all that old stuff go. My name was Jules in prison. A lot of you know me as Jules. But I left her there because she doesn't serve me anymore, right? I was starting every relationship with a lie. Hi, my name is. I'm not going to tell you because I don't trust you. Right? So now I say it proudly and merrily. And today, through connection, right? Because I'm not going to say through Narcotics Anonymous, but through Narcotics Anonymous and the connection that I built, I don't have to escape my reality anymore, right? I get to embrace it. And every single day that I spend out here and I get to wear my own clothes and brush my hair with a brush that I picked and dye my hair and do all the things that I want to do is 1,000 times better than the hell that I was in before I was locked up. Because prison was better for me. That's my truth. Prison was, you guys loved me for the first time, right? Because my family said, you don't belong here. But you guys knew me and you knew my story and you said you belong here, right? And I did. And when I went home on a CCP revoke, they said, Martin, welcome home for the holidays, right? I'm sure some of you have heard that. But the truth is that I felt more home than I had the whole time I was out. Because you guys know me and you know my heart and you know who I am, right? And you know that when I'm doing good, I don't mean to hurt you. I don't mean to break my promises or lie or cheat or steal. But the drugs were controlling my life, right? The drugs and the things we had to do to get the drugs, and that's just my story. That's not every woman, prisoner, that's just my story. But I'm going to show you something that I put a lot of work in, and it was really hard, right? And then I had to do the thing where I had to find out for sure. I got to make sure I don't play not one woman who's really not passed away, and so I had to do some investigating, and I had to find their stories, and I had to ask their family if they wanted to give me a better picture than that picture, right? And when I put it together, I realized that I would honestly say about 90% of them died from the disease of addiction or something directly related to it. So I had to share today that recovery is possible, right? I'm here today. I should be on that list. I should be on that list. And I'm not, because my higher power had a purpose for me, right? And maybe it was just a slideshow together. Don't agree to that. That was really not a good idea. And I'm ADHD, and I'm OCD, and I swirl off, and I'm like, oh, I love her. Let's talk to her, right? So I got to know some people, and I got to get some tissue. I got to do some digging, and I did find one woman who was on that list who wrote me and said, I'm not dead. And I was like, yes, we found one woman, right? But we're here today. We're here today for all the other ones. And I like to say, I recover out loud so that others don't have to die in silence, right? So that's where we're at today. Okay, thank you guys. Thank the whole all of these beautiful women for putting this together. Get some tissue, kill the lights. I'm sorry in advance, it might make you sad. And I love you guys.
Tell me, what does it look like in heaven? Is it peaceful? singing in the angels' choir. And I hope the angels know what they have. I bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. So tell me, what do you do up in heaven? All your days filled with love and light. Is there music? Is there art and invention? Tell me, are you happy? Are you more alive? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you're dancing in the sky. And I hope you're singing in the angels' choir. And I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. I hope you're dancing in the sky. And I hope you're singing in the angels' choir. And I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. Since you arrived.
Yeah, what would you say if I could have you back right here for one day? Oh yeah, I'd do anything to see that smile on your face. What would it take for you to stay? Just say we can drink a few beers in that old garage, laugh about the things that I ain't forgot. 'Cause I miss you. Would you tell me all about them streets of gold? Would you tell me that you know you're finally home? Does anyone have the number to heaven? I need it right now, I just can't help it. I haven't heard your voice in a while. I know it may sound just a little silly, but pick up the phone if you can hear me. I need to make sure you're alright. Does anyone have the number to heaven? 'Cause I need it now. I know that you're in a better place, and that's what helps me take the pain away. Doesn't make me selfish, I want you back. I can't believe you were gone just like that. Does anyone have the number to heaven? I need it right now, I just can't help it. I haven't heard your voice in a while. I know it may sound just a little silly, but pick up the phone if you can hear me. I need to make sure you're alright. Does anyone have the number to heaven? 'Cause I need it now. 'Cause it's been so long, I still can't accept the fact that you are gone. But I need just a little hope, 'cause I can't make it alone down this road. We can drink a few beers in that old garage, laugh about the things that I ain't forgot, because I miss you. Would you tell me all about them streets of gold? Would you tell me that you know you're finally home? Does anyone have the number to heaven? I need it right now, I just can't help it. I haven't heard your voice in a while. I know it may sound just a little silly, but pick up the phone if you can hear me. I need to make sure you're alright. Does anyone have the number to heaven? 'Cause I need it now. Does anyone have the number to heaven? 'Cause I need it now.
You are not hidden. There's never been a moment you were forgotten. You are not hopeless. Though you have been broken, your innocence stolen, I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear your SOS, your SOS. I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. There is no distance that cannot be covered over and over. You're not defenseless. I'll be your shelter, I'll be your armor. I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear your SOS, your SOS. I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. I will never stop marching to reach you in the middle of the hardest fight. It's true, I will rescue you. I hear the whisper underneath your breath. I hear you whisper you have nothing left. I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. I will never stop marching to reach you in the middle of the hardest fight. It's true, I will rescue you. Oh, I will rescue you.
1, 2, 3.
spent so long living in hell. They say my lifestyle is bad for my health. It's the only thing that seems to help. All of this drinking and smoking is hopeless, but feel like it's all that I need. Something inside of me's broken. I hold on to anything that sets me free. I'm a lost cause. Baby, don't waste your time on me. I'm so damaged beyond repair. Life has shattered my hopes and my dreams. I'm a lost cause. Baby, don't waste your time on me. I'm so damaged beyond repair. Life has shattered my hopes and my dreams. What if the night sky was missing the moon? There were no shooting stars to use wishing on you. And all of my sorrows, I just washed them down. It's the only peace I've ever found. All of this drinking and smoking is hopeless, but feel like it's all that I need. Something inside of me's broken. I hold on to anything that sets me free. I'm a lost cause. Baby, don't waste your time on me. I'm so damaged beyond repair. Life has shattered my hopes and my dreams. I'm a lost cause. Baby, don't waste your time on me. I'm so damaged beyond repair. Life has shattered my hopes and my dreams.
I still see you in the places we would go, like your face is painted on the walls. I've been trying to forget all the moments that we spent, 'cause now I do it on my own. Oh, you and I were like this summer, but now it's winter here on my own. If I would've known that you wouldn't be here anymore, I would've made the moments last a little longer. 'Cause now I'm alone, and you're just a memory in my mind. I would've given anything to say goodbye. If I would've known, if I would've known, oh, I remember how we would laugh all the time, but now you're not around, and I'm just trying to find something else to fill the empty spaces you left behind. but nothing ever seems to work. I've been thinking about the things that you used to say, even not around. You're in my head every day, but it's fine, I don't mind. I promise I'll be okay. If I would've known that you wouldn't be here anymore, I would've made the moments last a little longer. 'Cause now I'm alone, and you're just a memory in my mind. I would've given anything to say goodbye. If I would've known. If I would've known.
Thank you for that presentation. That was very deep, very deep. I just wanted to hold some intentional space for us all in here to discharge. The construct tells us it's only one thing. And you can have joy, hate, grief. You can be at peace and pissed off. You can have a whole mosaic of emotions. So it's an invitation to feel into what you felt, the tears that came, the laughter. I witnessed most of it. I had to get up and discharge. I had to get up and walk. And we're systemic siblings in here. The bulk of us are systemic siblings. So I'm gonna invite you to stand or tap your feet or rub your shoulders, move your neck, breathe, like get up, like you sat down through that. That was a lot of lives. A lot of people that knew those people, knew these women, and your grief, if yes, please go hug somebody. Touch is like you see somebody that you need to hug, you want to hug, please invite that, rub that stuff off, tap on your heart center, your hips, tap your feet, or just breathe. And take those moments for that, because we need that as a community. And I need a hug, I do that. So somebody need a hug. And then I know that we're gonna get to some song, but I wanted to make intentional space for us to discharge. Yes, have a good time.
That was an all-around song. Whether or not I grew up, say walking off of the song of their travels as they go on to be with their ancestors. Hopefully, wisdom. Way,
That was a really hard time. When I was recording the message, I want to say that it was really profound for me when I was watching it the first time, and I realized that 4 women in a row were from my hometown. There is a substantial amount of women from Long Beach, Roselle area. Privilege level. So, hello relatives. Before I begin, I want to take a second to thank some people. First, I want to thank Kewee. For partnering with me on hosting this event, for hopefully partnering with me on future events while we go on this healing journey. I want to thank Elizabeth Chancellor, who is my partner in advocacy for cultural equity, Miranda Johnson, and then the other members of our Lately Liberated Women's Harm Prevention Committee that put this thing together. So we have Lorraine, who put together our programs and our goals. Sean, Sean is the one who sent me the heart, and we worked on getting it, changing it up to fit our brand for this. As well as Maggie, who sent us the wonderful words personally as well as Allison. Thank you so much. Allison donated the bracelet for Allison Siegel. And then I also want to thank Angela Rolls, who also donated funds to help with a couple different things that we have. We have our banner, we have t-shirts as well. They're all free to you thanks to a bunch of donations that you will speak on later. So with that, I want to begin by sharing something personal. As many of you know, actually let me back that up. So my name is Tosha. I am the great granddaughter of Wami Kaka, who is Chief Faithful. There are 5 generations within my family who were incarcerated. I was incarcerated at the Washington Correctional Center for women, at the same prison that my grandmother was incarcerated at in the 70s, at the same time that my father was incarcerated. And hopefully, no further generations will be incarcerated. So I spent 9 years of my life incarcerated here in Washington State, and during that time, one of the hardest things for me to process was the loss of people that I loved, people I couldn't say goodbye to. I remember sitting in my cell at MSU and reading in the paper that one of my best friends had died of an overdose. Her name was Carmi. She was on the slideshow. She struggled so deeply with her reentry, and she became the first name on my list of people that I wrote down over a decade ago. A list of women who didn't make it home or who died shortly after they did. And as you guys have seen, that list has grown since. And I think that Matthew said it really well, is that we have 144 women that we're recognizing today, and we recognize that this is not a comprehensive list, right? This is who we know of. These are, from social media and other avenues, people have given us names, but we know that there are many more out there that weren't in our slideshow today. Before I left prison, Ms. Pearson, who's also on our slideshow, was suffering with Alzheimer's. That battle that she went through is actually doing a lot of the work that I'm doing today. And she died alone in ICU. And I carried that memory with me. I wanted to thank Hillary too, who created our Facebook group, our WCCW crew. And that group formed. I remember being overwhelmed by how many posts announced yet another death. And I knew then that we needed a place where all their names could be remembered, honored, and spoken about. When I first posted the memorial post over a year ago, I started with the names that I had on my list. I had no idea that there were other people with names as well. And then other people started adding names in the comments, and that list went from 40 to 60 to 80. Sometimes people would call me and say, "Hey, I heard somebody passed away, can you verify it?" So I would be calling morgues and medical examiners and searching through county death records to verify that our sisters had died. When Kewee and I partnered to host this memorial, the list was at 122 names, and that was just a couple weeks ago. And it has grown to over 141 confirmed dead and missing. The hardest names to add were the ones of women who had recently commented on the post, grieving others, only for us to lose them. These women were kind, generous, and loving. Their lives mattered, and their deaths mattered. And this just isn't about personal grief. This is an epidemic. Over the past few decades, women's incarceration has grown at a rate twice that of men's. Jails are especially deadly. Women die from drug and alcohol intoxication at twice the rate of men. And deaths by suicide among women in jail have increased by nearly 65%. Women enter incarceration with higher rates of medical problems, mental illness, and trauma, and yet we receive less care, less programming. There are actually no programs in the United States designed specifically for aging women with dementia and chronic illnesses in the prison. None. Hopefully, you're in 4 years, that will change. Right, with the work we're doing. Half of incarcerated women report having a disability. Over 3/4 struggle with mental health or substance use, but only a fraction ever receive treatment while inside, and still we're expected to survive, to come out whole, and to start over. And that's why we're here today, because we are a community, and we have to do better. We have a collective responsibility to ensure that no more of our sisters die without care, without love, without their names remembered. We all deserve access to food, to shelter, to health care and healing, inside and outside these walls. We want our sisters inside to know we are here for you, through support, through solidarity, and through advocacy. We will not let you become just a number. There is healing in remembering. There is healing in speaking their names. In loving them in their deaths, we continue to love them. I want to close with this quote, and I think Matthew posted it in our book as well. They say you die twice. Once when you stop breathing, and again when someone says your name for the last time. We are here today to make sure that second death never comes.
Thank you. Before I start, I want to say I'm actually grateful for that little pause. I'm going to pick up in the video because I sure was about to start ugly crying. Because I knew my roommates were coming up, and I always try to turn away when I can even see it. So it allowed me a chance to just to recover a little bit, so I can take it. But thank you, being here. Got my little stress over here. You did great. Man, so actually, I'm gonna say one more thing. It's very humbling, and I'm so grateful to still be here. It could have been me. You know, I feel like I'm one of those folks who holds their pain and all the things differently. Like I'm kind of, like it looks like I have it together all the time, and I do not. And so I know how easy. Like I definitely could have been one of these women, and it's really sad because my very first roommate, Angela Carvalho, on this list. And I was a little baby when I went into her. I served 13 and a half years there, and I got there when I was 21. She was the first person to hug me and didn't let go. She just said, just keep crying, let me cry. And she told me it's not going to be forever. I thought I was going to be there forever. I was never going to be a mom. All these things that felt like a million years. It was 2005. 2018 is never going to get here. Oh my God, I was 10. But she held it together, and she was holding her own trauma and still trying to take care of me. You know, I'll never, ever, ever forget her. And then my very last roommate, Ariel, was on this list. That was like my little baby. You know, we always had very long talks, and very open for the future. Wanted another kid. She got out and had her baby. And so it's just very, I don't know, I feel all of it. But yeah, thank you for letting me just share that before I get to my message. I got some time. But I have a question for y'all. What does it mean to truly honor our loved ones that have passed away? Let's set it a little bit. It means we speak their names. It means we ask hard questions. And it means we build something different in their memory. Because this isn't just a memorial. This is a reckoning, a love letter, a call to action. We gather here to honor the lives of these women, not numbers, not statistics, human beings who passed away while incarcerated and early or right after we went out. I knew them. I did 13 and a half years at WCCW. I lived with these women, ate with them, braided their hair, got my hair ready, prayed with them. They were my sisters, my brothers, my roommates. We shared war stories, shared our dreams, and shared whispers of hope to one another. We were family in a place built to erase us. And now they're gone. And for a long time, I did feel like I was the only one trying to tell their stories, the only one screaming into silence, hoping someone, anybody would care, trying to get people to see that these women were dying, not just from violence or illness, but from a system that too often breaks people and then punishes them for bleeding. Like Tupac once asked, do we hate our women? Because that's what it felt like. Our pain wasn't just invisible, it was criminalized. Let's be honest. Healing inside those walls isn't truly accessible. If it's offered at all, it's often just surface level programming, symptom-based, sanitized, and stripped of real death. Rarely do we get a chance to confront the root causes, the trauma, the generational harm, the grief. You don't get to fall apart. You don't get to scream. You don't get to lay your burdens down. You're expected to just do your time and act right. But how can you act whole when you've never been given all the tools to heal, the proper tools to heal? And when women are released, They're expected to come out ready to be full-time mothers, full-time employees, full-time caregivers, to meet DOC requirements, to smile, stay grateful, stay out of trouble. But no one gives us time to breathe. No one gives us time to rest. No one gives us permission to still be broken. The world expects us to be superwomen, strong, silent, self-sacrificing. But even superwomen needed somewhere to land. Even superwomen needed to cry. And when we don't get that, when we are denied the chance to truly heal, we suffer, we isolate, we die. This memorial is not just about looking back. It's about changing what's possible going forward. Because we know healing is our birthright. It is not a privilege for the few, it is a necessity for all. And we can't just build programming that manages behavior. We need spaces that allow people to remember who they are, to tell their stories, to reconnect with their culture, their spirit, their ancestors, to scream and to be held, to grieve and still be seen as worthy, to be messy, to be complex, to be real. And we need communities both inside and outside who are willing to sit in that truth with us, who won't flinch at our pain, who won't turn away when healing takes time. So today, as we remember these women, I ask us not just to mourn them, but to carry them forward. Let their light guide us all. Let their memory fuel a movement where no one is forgotten, where no one has to walk their healing journey alone, where the next woman coming home doesn't have to choose between surviving and healing. Because healing isn't soft, healing is resistance, healing is liberation. And today, in their names, we choose it together. I want to take a quick moment also to lift up the people and organizations who help make this possible. Of course, I gotta, give a big shout out to the Black Rose Collective. Thank you for always centering healing, even when it wasn't popular, even when the world told us that punishment mattered more than people. To Evergreen's Liberation Scholars, our commitment to carving out healing pathways for legally liberated students will hopefully create workers that will be felt for generations. To the Old Project, to FEX, and of course to the Equity and Belonging Grant, because without that, we wouldn't be here today in a few minutes. When I tell you this was put together, I love it, really was. We just, like Head says, we ran into each other. It's crazy, we're both in Washington, but it took us running into each other at InChef in New Orleans. And I was on a panel and I snuck in there like I always do. My mentor told me, no matter what you're talking about, always sneak in what you're passionate about. They gotta listen, you got me for a few seconds to talk about it. And I did. And because of that, I feel like this is why we're here today, why this was able to happen. It's all because of the Creator, and I'm grateful for that. But yes, for a big shout out to all the people again. Thank you all for those who dedicated your time and talent. I do want to say this because I said it earlier, but you all saw the importance of honoring these lives. You believed in this vision. You stood in the gap with us, not just to remember the women we lost, but to fight for the ones still here. And like I said before, I want to acknowledge that for a long time, it felt like I was the only one speaking up, carrying their names, trying to get people to listen. But I know now, I was never truly alone. There was always others, whispering truth in cracks, holding vigils in their hearts, doing the quiet labor of care when no one was watching. And I honor you too. Because this memorial is not about one person, it's about all of us, building something together in the name of love, justice, and healing. Thank you. Oh, you know what? Bam, boom, and bam. Right on time. Right on time, sir. I want to introduce my brother Terrence Turner, aka Tosha. He's been telling blessings, but he's telling blessings women and blessed space. Thank you, Gravity.
I'll show you how you're doing.
Sir.
Nah, leaving traffic around mine. It's crazy. I'm actually never going to stay alone. I wish I wasn't saying Copeland, but unfortunately I don't believe that. so from down here, I graduated out here, so it's always good to be back. But I remember when I was asked to do this, it was like, no question. Show up and show up. One thing I do want to say is, I think for me in my journey in life, it was really kind of changing the narrative to understand like what does healing actually look like. I was really good at pointing my finger out in a way and finding all the reasons and causations for life to be messed up for me. And I realized that when I stopped doing that, then the healing actually occurred. And so for me, healing looks a lot like letting go of the things that no longer serve me. For me, healing looks a lot like redefining or unlearning what my value systems were and what they can be, and what love is and what love isn't. And I think last but not least was kind of understanding that there's a value inside of me that is easy to see in someone else, right? How they're so amazing, how hard is that to do that in return for yourself, to see that value inside of yourself. And so I think healing for me encompasses those three things. There's lots of more elements to it, obviously, accountability, acceptance, all of those things. That's what it's like for me. So honored to be here today. I'd like to share a couple of spoken word pieces with you. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you. So as I took you through that journey, that means that the first thing that I want to do is let go and let God. And then the next thing that I want to do is define what love is and what love isn't. And last but not least, I want to understand that God is not something that's separate from me. It's something that I possess already. It's inside of me. And I'm connected to that. All right. They say, let go and let God. But I was attracted to my attachments. I was attracted by my reactions. Please believe me, I was lost in happiness. Happiness was the cause as I created the reality I hated. From the jaded pages of my uninhabited thoughts, I was aimless. Stuck in a feedback loop with unrealistic expectations, expecting everyone else to change when I was afraid to let go and let God. When I was the one drowning in shallow oceans, the one never allowing, forever controlling. When I was a slave to my anger and fear. Fear was the op. False evidence appearing real. Fear was the op. Was the block, which meant fear was the op. You catch what I'm saying? Academically speaking, false evidence appearing real was the block, which meant fear was the factor, and here were the answers, but what were the questions? The who, what, where, when, and why type questions. Like, who did I want to be in this life for? What did I want to be in this life? And when were things going to stop being taken from me instead of for me? And where was there a place where 0 to 100 wasn't the custom and people weren't performing or ignoring their pain, and why? Why was the stain the only pixelated picture in our frame of misperception? Yet when I gave it some time and reflection, I realized that there was an undeniable connection. I realized that every lesson was realigning my direction with perfection so I could finally let go and let God. So I can finally bear witness to the miracle of living without feeling broken in spirit, so I can experience the experience in absolute ah. So I can be grateful instead of hateful. So I can be delightful instead of spiteful, and that it was okay to smile if I'd like to, but I never really tried to let go. And since what we pay attention to grows, I had to pay attention to what I paid attention to. It means I had to learn and not give it from my cup until it overflowed. And to have extreme gratitude that I even had a cup from the go. It means I had to learn to listen. It means I had to learn to listen till I could see without vision, to be free from restriction, till I could believe with conviction that I'm a miracle embodied. That we are miracles embodied, that every sentient cell in these physical bodies are miracles in itself, and that these miraculous bodies can really heal itself. And that right there is the realest one, so it's time to deal with self in the realest way. It's time to start detaching from my attachments that attach me to the pain, to refrain from the attachments that attach me to the same backwards actions that have me living in vain. It's time to start living the day. They're like, what did he say? I said it's time to start detaching from those attachments that attach us to the pain. to refrain from the attachments that attach us to the same backwards actions that had us living in vain. It's time to start living today. Okay? It's time to pay homage in tomorrow and promise. So let's be honest. And I'm gonna go first on my point. Right? Healing looks like this for me. If I have hurt you with a process that is song called life, and you feel any ill will in your heart or mind, then from the depths of my soul, I apologize for the things that I did that were not all right. And I ask for forgiveness, but only if you have it to give it. I am currently in the practice of owning my actions and letting go of attachments, but I'm not asking you to forgive it or ever relive it, but to know that I am in a constant act of repentance, no longer seeking knowledge, but only seeking the wisdom to let go and let God. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we're gonna have a quick word from Gilda Shepherd.
Auntie Gilda.
Just a quick word. Look at all these notes, huh? But it will be a quick word. Look at you. You know, I was teaching at Purdy for a long time. About how many years ago was that? 2008. And one day, it was when my mother passed away, and I was supposed to go teach a sociology class, and they said, Gilda, I know you're not going. I said, oh no, that's my healing space. I know if I walked into that classroom, once I got past the officers, right? When I walked into that classroom, I didn't have to say something was wrong, or something was amok, or something had me going like this. They looked at me and I was talking sociological theory. And Tara was, you know Tara? Yeah. Tara was, and that's make a joyful noise. Woo! She said, what's wrong with you? And I was like, oh Lord. And I immediately started crying. As Kewee said, one of them ugly cries. But it was like those sound bowls that Faraji talks about. It was like that rain drum. And they wrapped their arms around me. They started humming a song. And I felt the beginning of my healing process. And I'm still on it. That's the thing, right? It never stops. Tanya, I talked to Tanya last night, and she said, make sure that you talk about where do we start this story? Do we start it when someone enters into prison, when someone leaves the prison, when someone passes away? No, we need to start the story at birth. We need to look at how many girls are incarcerated, and for what? Truancy. What? Things like that. We look at women who are one of the main casualties in war. Think about Ukraine, think about Gaza, think about Gaza, think about Gaza, think about the Sudan, think about the Congo. That's a prison too. Who are we? Where do we start this story? I'm going to stop now. It says, Bell Hooks says, rarely, if ever, are any of us healed in isolation. Healing is an act of communion. And that's what we are doing. Prince Tenfold writes, we commit to our own healing in part because the realization of what we are dreaming of rests in the commitment of healing. It is our responsibility to one another to do our internal work. Not so that we feel good and alone, but to stay an active part of the whole and to refuse to pass down to the next generation what pain we've accrued. Refuse. And that's an active refusal. People have come up to me and embraced me and helped me realize the power of love. Love as a verb, as Bell Hooks would say. Love as an action. I thank you all so much for allowing me to enter into this community, right? To this beautiful longhouse that was initiated because it needed to be a place of public education. We all learned here. We all crossed, as Evergreen says, significant differences. Yes, we disagree, we agree, we do the holy dance. Everybody make a joyful noise right now.
All right, and our last but not least, we're going to have Latrice Williams come up for a song.
Come on.
It is an honor to be here today, and thank you for all of the speeches and the dances. It's a blessing. I too, just like most people that came up after the slideshow, I feel a little survivor's remorse because I just celebrated 11 years out. So I haven't seen the inside of the walls in 17 years, and so I didn't think I would recognize anybody on the slides, but my first monkey was right there, Amanda George. So I do want to just speak before I sing. I just want to speak some names in this space because y'all gave me permission to do that. Because I did most of my time in the feds, so I only saw y'all for a little bit in the state, and then I had to leave after I had my son. But I want to speak out Black trans women, and not just, I guess for me to say Black author because trans women, period, targeted. And I want to speak some names in the space right now. My Fed sisters, Tosha and Amanda Barbecue, who both trans, however, targeted. And so I wanted to speak their names in the space right now because you gave me permission. And with that said, I feel like the world needs a little uplifting, but I can't even go there. I'm going to just come with what I was coming for. Why should I feel discouraged? And why should the shadows come? And why should my heart feel lonely and long? From my heavenly home, when Jesus is my portion, a constant friend is here. His eyes on the sparrow, and I know He watches over me. So I sing because I'm happy, and I sing because I'm free. Oh, His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches over I sing because I'm happy, and I sing because I'm grateful. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches over me. Can we leave out with a different song though? Y'all know this one, so you gotta help me out. Lean on me.
Come on.
Lean on me.
Strong.
And
I'll be your friend.
I'll
Help you carry on.
Oh, it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Just call on me, brother, if you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. You just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me, yeah. We're gonna stand strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Oh, it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
Like that, Chris.
Yes, okay. So we're gonna end now with a little bit of grounding. Then we're gonna go into community time. I just wanna thank all of you guys for being here today. Everybody on Zoom, everybody that's here, everybody that's not here, that we should think to be here. We just thank you and we love you. So whether standing or sitting, make sure your feet are on the ground. Next, place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. That's most comfortable. Okay. Gently close your eyes or lower your gaze. Let's take 3 slow breaths together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last time. Inhale. And exhale. Feel that ground below you. Know that you are supported. Feel your own heartbeat. Know that you are still here. Okay, next, in your mind, out loud, name one strength or gift that these women have passed on to you and to all of us. It can be love, resilience, laughter, wisdom, beauty, joy, protection. And you're going to whisper it if you can, say it to yourself and let it anchor you. And I'm going to say friendship. Now with your hands, I invite you to make a gesture of release or honor, maybe placing your hand over your heart or reaching to the sky. We close this space, but we do not close our hearts. We carry them with us. We carry each other. And we return to our lives grounded in purpose, in memory, and in love. And you can keep up.